Car Spotter News. Place where your local news comes to get their news.
And I'm very honored and very privileged to have Justin Galps on my show, Freedom for Journalists. Thank you, Justin, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Pete. Really appreciate it.
Yes. You're a very busy man in the city of Windsor.
Yeah, you know, it takes a lot sometimes when you're working full time, running a crazy largest Facebook group in Windsor of 44,000 people, and then trying to maintain a healthy family life balance on the side. But you know what? It's getting a little warm in here. Why don't we have a soda here?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Oops. Cheers. What's hot?
So going back to your social media, for the people that don't know, but I imagine everybody in the city of Windsor knows, what is that Facebook group you have?
Well, the way I explain it to the Windsor police is the best way, and that is Windsor Car Spotters is a Facebook group of 44,000 people, and I am a character that was brought in on season 18. This is the best way to explain it. So this is something that's been going on for a very long time. It's been a huge part of the community. Many members of the community have stepped up, and whether it's giving a kid a bike that got stolen, or helping someone find their stolen vehicle, or anything of that kind of nature helping the community, it's been pretty pivotal in the city, especially in Windsor, because in Windsor they have that, I don't know how to explain it, it's like a Karen's Mom's Neighborhood Watch Crime Stopper tip line / Car Spotters, and that's kind of very different compared to what many other cities, like cities like Toronto and London, they all have their car spotter groups. Even Chatham has a truck spotter group. It's very entertaining. But so these spotter groups are just basically looking at nice vehicles and taking photos of them and appreciating them on the internet. We take a little bit more of a dynamic approach where we really work hand in hand with the community.
How did you come about this? Like, did you just like cars and wanting to have people show pictures of cars?
Well, when Car Spotters first came out, it was actually a group that was very elite. It was 2,500 members, and the demographic was roughly between the ages of 18 to 30, and you had to have some kind of hot rod or some kind of super fast supercar, and that was kind of like the criteria to be in the group. And when I came in, I kind of opened the floodgates to kind of let everybody appreciate it and just be inclusive and allow anybody to join, so you didn't have to have a hot rod to appreciate, you know, your Uncle Bob's 79 Camaro. You know what I mean? Everybody can appreciate it.
Yeah. Sometimes I see the posts, they say this is car related because of the car there, but they also say something happened and then the city is something and they mention a car.
Well, a lot of the times, a lot of people in Windsor Car Spotters think that it's a nice pity party, but they don't realize that the food's no good there. So what they try to do is they try to appeal to the internet and see if they'll get sympathy. And it doesn't necessarily always work out that way. There's a Captain America meme saying, so how did Windsor Car Spotters? Didn't work as you expected. You know what I mean? And that's because everybody kind of comes in with the expectations that they're going to get something, or that Windsor Car Spotters can solve their problem, or that Windsor Car Spotters will make a GoFundMe and raise like $1 gajillion overnight. And it doesn't always necessarily work that way. I can't explain it. It has to appeal to the members in a fair and just way where they'll take action. They don't just jump at every person that's asking for sympathy with a problem. And I think that's the biggest problem in Windsor Car Spotters. Because it's hard, because you're getting requests, a dozen requests a week. My house burned down, my dog's gonna die, my car got smashed, I got in a DUI, I lost my car keys, anything like that. My business got broken into, my kids' Power Wheels got stolen out of the driveway, my planners got stolen up, like the craziest shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You also help the community with a lot of local events and all.
We've helped with the community countless times, whether it be giving turkeys away at Thanksgiving, whether it be helping small businesses with advertising and promotions, all different kinds of things. Like God, 3D printed dumpster fires that we did that raised, what was $3,000-4,000 to the Autism Summit Center. You know, that was a big one that we were really proud of. Just a lot of different scenarios where we've helped out the community. When we do the parade, when we do Christmas and Canada Day parade, it's always a lot of fun. We have several of our sponsors donate candy and soda pop, like Soda Pop Bros, and everybody kind of contributes in their own way to kind of make sure that the kids really enjoy the parade and things like that, because we want to try to give back to the community as much as we can.
And my favorite thing about, you were saying about the shirts, that you had like one shirt, I'm correct if I'm wrong about the shirts, you had one color and then everybody, walk me through that, like about the shirts, like one color and then everybody wanted something a different color or something?
So basically what we did was we used the NWO logo and we adjusted it to make it Windsor Car Spotter friendly. And when we did it, we made a black and white version. And everybody loved it, and I made one pink and black for myself. And everybody wanted the pink and black. So basically what it reminded me of is it reminded me of real wrestling, where you had the white NWO, the OG originals, and then you had the Wolf Pack, the red and black. So it was that one time in wrestling where I had actually double purchased a shirt. Because I had, you know, a shirt for Stone Cold, a shirt for The Undertaker, and a shirt for The Rock. But the NWO was the only one that got me to buy two. So when I did the release of the shirts, I released the black and white version, and I made one pink and black for myself. Everybody wanted it. Everybody was dying to get their hands on one. And I didn't release it until I believe about maybe, what, 4 or 5 months later. And then when we released it, everybody went crazy for it because, and what was it? It was literally buying the same shirt. So like right now, the Wolfpack edition is the bloodied up version, and this was the second rendition of our shirt. And now we've had a third rendition of our shirt. The WCS canceled my subscription that we're going to be releasing soon. Just something really fun that we wanted to do. So it's just something that we're always looking to do more fun things on the horizon. And basically, everybody's already bought a shirt and everybody's already bought a sweater. So what we try to do is do a little contest. Like the last one we did, we gave away a PlayStation 5. Sold 100 hoodies that we gave to the downtown mission, brought a bunch of pizzas and a bunch of sandwiches, and made a great day out of it, and a lot of people really enjoyed it. A lot of people enjoyed being part of the contest, just the ability to know that they were helping the community and they had the chance to win PlayStation 5. That was pretty big. So, I mean, you know, Windsor Car Spotters has sold over $25,000 worth of merchandise. And our soda pop flavor is actually, when you look at it, there are 60 cases in a pallet, and Windsor Car Spotter flavor alone is in the 6th pallet. So I want to take a moment to thank all the members and thank all my friends for all your help and support. We really appreciate it. And the pop is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's
very, very delicious. Great on boiling hot day.
So how did you come up with Soda Pop Bros?
So Soda Pop Bros was a gentleman from St. Thomas that moved to Windsor, and during COVID he started his own craft soda business, and I kind of helped with him and partnered up with him, and it's just been taking off from there. They expanded twice during COVID. We have over 30 flavors of our own and 2,500 from all over the world. It's at Malden and Sprucewood, and if you're not out in LaSalle, it's at 65 vendors across Windsor. Hungry Wolf, Harvest Table, just to name a few, Schwab's and Primo, gosh, so many, even Oil Guard Duck the Rust. When you're getting your car oil sprayed, you can pick up a couple Soda Pop Bros while you're there.
Yeah. You see it expanding into like Chatham and London?
So currently we're in Windsor and Essex. We're also in Ohio. We're in Miami, Florida. We're in Sweden. We're in a resort in Prince Edward Island. And yeah, it just keeps growing and growing from there. We're looking at some grocery chains out in the county that we're really looking at forward and partnering up with. So it's been really just expanding, and I think the testament of what we do at Windsor Car Spotters is that a lot of the businesses that we've been working with have been constantly expanding. We're not dealing with people that are closed in a year, are closed 6 months later, they were a fad during COVID, things of that nature. And so a lot of the companies that we deal with are very reputable companies that have a very good reputation in the city. You know, like Walter Martin, off the hook paralegal, he takes care of all of my traffic infractions. So, but just to name a few, you know, Oil Guard Dr. Rust, you know, he was getting kicked out of his location, and I kind of coached him to tell him to move into a bigger location, and they've doubled their size, and they've doubled their volume, and they're doing great.
Was this during COVID or?
Yeah, this was all during COVID, so it's just nice to see that the people that we've been affiliated with have just grown during such a hard time. It's a very difficult time for small business in Canada and Ontario alone. So just nice to see some of our friends that, you know, depend on, you know, clients local, depending on their reputation, depending on word of mouth, depending on Windsor Car Spotters referrals, you know, is the way I like to say it. It's just really worked out really well for the people that we've worked with, and it's worked out really well for the community. So we're just gonna keep on going doing what we're doing.
Did you see more social media on your Windsor Car Spotters during COVID?
And that's funny. That's a really great question, Pete. I'm really glad that you asked that, because when I started doing videos for Windsor Car Spotters during COVID, it was designed with two things in mind, and it was to keep you smiling and keep you busy, because everybody had nothing but time on their hands, and everybody was going crazy, and everybody was fighting with everyone, and everybody was fighting with total strangers on the internet. So what did we need? We needed something to look forward to, just something to laugh about, something to have fun with, something to make fun of, something that said Windsor, something that separated us from all the other car spotters across the world. Why is Windsor so much different? It's because of that dynamic. And I knew that during COVID, people were going to be glued to their phones. I knew during COVID that people were going to be watching it 24/7. And I knew that once COVID was over, that things were going to kind of relax a bit, and that things were kind of go back to normal, and that people would hopefully not be staring at their phones all day, and they'd be out enjoying their lives and doing things like they were before. So did I know that? I don't want to say membership has dropped off, because membership has actually been on the incline. At 44,000, Windsor Car Spotters is the biggest that's ever been. It's kind of crazy, but at the same time, I don't want people glued to their phones all the time. Do I want you buying a shirt and supporting? Do I want you going to Soda Pop Rose and getting in the next contest? Of course I do. But at the same time, I want you out enjoying Windsor. Don't watch the car show on Car Spotters Live. I want you to go to the car show. That's why I stopped doing them. You know, I want you to go and do things. Will I tell you about my favorite business? Absolutely. Will I tell you everything about them? No. I want you to come out and experience that for yourself. That's what I want people to get back to enjoying their lives.
You're very community driven.
Yes, I try to be.
The people that always spot you with a pink car driving around.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, you know. It's like it's the label on the Soda Pop Rose flavor that we have, and it's worked out really good. You know, like I like to think about TV shows when I was a kid. You know, the A-Team had the black van. You know, they had the DeLorean in Back to the Future. They had the Ecto one in Ghostbusters. Michael Knight had Kit in Knight Rider. The Dukes of Hazzard had the General Lee. And in all these shows, the vehicle was almost as much of a character as the human characters in the show. And that's kind of the dynamic that I've created with the Quapper. So it was like we did a good thing in the beginning, and we donate my ex-wife's vehicle to this guy that got made fun of for delivering Uber Eats on a bike, and it didn't go well for the person that posted it. So she was getting harassed on the internet consistently. So we decided to give the guy a car to kind of get everybody off her case. So in doing that, the guy that owns the group, Windsor Car Spotters, because I'm not the owner, I'm just a court jester, really. But so the owner of the group, the big boss man pulls up with his limousine, and he goes, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want free reign to do whatever I want." And he said, "Done." And he said, "What else do you want?" And I said, "I want to be an admin in the group I've been a member of Car Spotters since 2007. I want my due done. So all of a sudden I became an admin in the group. And it was like, what else do you want? And I said, I want a company car. I want my own vehicle.
Okay, but why pink?
So there was a stripper that had a pink Dodge Magnum in Windsor that they called Quappin. And when everybody recognized it and took pictures of it and posted it on Windsor Car Spotters. So the owner of Quappin sold it to a younger gentleman that really didn't want pictures of his car taken. And if you don't want pictures of your car taken, it's probably best not to drive a pink Dodge Magnum, just regardless of who you are. So, gentleman didn't like it, threatened a few people, stabbed somebody and almost murdered them, and now he's living in Southwest Detention Center. So we decided to replicate the car. So something that a lot of people don't know is the Dodge Magnum is a very rare vehicle. There's only 50,000 of them made in Brampton between the years 2005 and 2008. And that's when Chrysler decided to get rid of the Magnum because they really wanted to focus on the sales of the 300 and the Charger. And the Magnum was built on that same platform, but they didn't want the Magnum to compete with the Charger and the 300 because they already had enough four-door vehicles. They didn't really see the need in a station wagon. So Dodge Magnums are extremely hard to come by. And the best way I can explain it is we have a Jeep Cherokee, and on the Jeep Cherokee Facebook group, I just put these big tires on my Jeep, or look what I drove my Jeep through. You know what I mean? The Dodge Challenger Facebook group is, this is how fast I went, or I just smashed my Challenger. The Dodge Magnum Facebook group is kind of like, I drove across Canada for these headlights and fenders. They're a weird group of people. So it was just something that I really wanted to do. The vehicle that we bought it from Sarnia. It was very well taken care of. The first time we got it oil sprayed at Oil Guard Dr. Rust. When we got it oil sprayed, he was constantly complimenting on what amazing shape our vehicle was in. So, I mean, you'd be surprised for a vehicle with 300,000 kilometers on it. The pink wagon has been going for the last 2 years, I believe, and we're looking forward to a few more parades.
So if you're driving a pink car and being Windsor Car Spotters, has anybody give you a hard time saying, hey, you're Windsor Car Spotter, you should be driving a black car, not a pink car?
Well, I'll definitely say that there's a very large group of members and ex-members and members that are banned and in the Phantom Zone that go to our public fan page to get their daily fix. But they're very opinionated on the pink car. I think a lot of people are just jealous that we spent $5,000 on something that's literally a joke that we brought back from the past. So I've known this guy a few years and he's buying me a car. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you have friends like that buy you cars that you've known a few years? If you do, get it wrapped pink and give me a call. We can sit and talk about it. It'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, my last question.
Okay, last question.
Okay, what was the biggest thing you did for the community that wowed everybody on your Car Spotter site?
Well, I really want to say the giving of the car away. Because the giving of the car away took a lot of work. It took the mechanic friends that bought the parts, that did the safety and paid for it, and did that, and that was their donation. It was the people with the countless gas cards. The gentleman that we were helping, he was a foreign student, and here during COVID, his nest egg was dwindling, and he was delivering Uber Eats on a bike in the middle of winter in a blizzard.
Wow.
Since then, since we gave him the car, he got a job at Costco, okay, and was doing really well, and he was in the bakery department at Costco, and now has since left Costco, and is actually doing a job in the field that he took at University of Windsor. So for him to be taking something that involves computer science with something that he took at school, it's very proud to say that we had played a part in giving him a hand of reaching his goals. And I told him one day, Praneeth, if you're watching, when you're a millionaire, you below us, okay? He knows. I talk to him every once in a while. I like to catch up with him. But so for me, that was the biggest one for me. For the community-wise, I don't know, I have to be a toss-up between the turkey giveaway and the hoodies for the homeless. You know, those were two great, huge events. Sure do I like doing the parades for the kids, it's always fun. We get the people to get dressed up in the mascot costumes and give away a ton of candy. It's fun, but I like doing those events where we're helping out the homeless and things of that nature, because it's really, you know, giving away a car was cool, but going back to the downtown mission and to have people say, hey, that's the sweater guy, that was a really good moment.
Well, let me just say you're an amazing guy for everything you do with the community and helping people out, especially the homeless people and all.
Thank you, Pete, I really appreciate it.
And how can people follow you?
All you gotta do is go check out Windsor Car Spotters on Facebook. It is a private group, so you might wanna ask one of your friends or family. It's 44,000 members in a city of what, 300,000? So you're looking at more than 10% of the city's population. So someone, you know, someone in your family or someone you work with, someone on your Facebook is definitely in our group. So just ask around. Everybody knows about us. All my friends at the media, CTV, AM 800, all my friends at CBC.
And you forgot one over.
And also my good friend Pete and all my other independent journalist friends.
There we go.
Yes, and it's just nice to be able to make friends and have those kind of connections and contacts, so that when you go do events, you know, and you go cross the red rope on the other side and stand with all the other media and journalists, it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah. And on that note, they can follow me at Freedom for Journalists on my YouTube channel, or they can find this interview at freedomforjournalists.com. Thank you, Justin.
All right, thanks a lot, Pete.
All right, it's a wrap.
All right,
Thanks for
John.
having me on the Pete for Freedom for Journalists.
Hey.
Pete Malone, and thanks for letting me fill in the show.
Yeah, it's
For
great,
the
you know what I mean?
second half.
Getting two birds stoned at once, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Why
we got
not?
all
Why
this
not?
stuff. Why not utilize everything?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not have car spotters utilize media to help everybody, help the community, help the cool car rides?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's going on August, what is it, 24th? The Windsor Cruise.
The Olet Dream Cruise.
Olet Dream Cruise. Is that what I call it?
Is that on the 17th?
Oh, 17th. Thanks for correcting me.
18th.
The 18th. So I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I knew it was
it's
coming.
right around the corner. Everybody's getting really pumped up for it. It's really gonna be good and have a lot of fun.
I would like to go with you if you're going. In the back seat, film it.
Well, we've got some few VIP tickets for sale. I think so. We could squeeze you in there.
Okay, there's always
Hey,
a first day.
hey,
I want to put a
Hey.
camera, GoPro on the roof.
There we go.
I
I
want
want to be part of this shit.
Yeah,
I
well,
wanna,
but Pete's gonna actually be sitting in the car, so we might have to strap you to the roof.
And I want to bring a amplifier with
Yeah,
me.
you can see the GoPro on the roof.
Yeah, could do that. We could do that. Is that a good idea?
Sounds like a great idea.
It would be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Car spotters and play your logo on
You
there.
should get someone with some drone footage.
Yeah.
Hint,
Drone
hint,
footage.
Oh,
hint, hint.
Proper spell Irish whiskey.
Wow.
Because I'm Irish.
Thank you.
I only go to Irish shit.
So what else? Why don't you put a little of that in there to sweeten it up?
I know, right?
That'd be good. Do I get one? Let's toast for freedom journalists.
Oh wait,
.com.
I have 2 more to go.
I don't know if you're gonna have.
Kudos to you, man.
Nate?
Thanks for having me on your set,
Seth,
and
let me
it's,
get this all
Nate,
out.
thank you. It's all good, man.
Yeah,
It's
really.
just one cut, don't have to
We should go.
worry about everything, you know what I mean? Somebody's in the way, it's okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
getting the point
that's
across,
adding
thanks
sport.
for having us.
Yeah.
And podcast coming with Windsor Car Spotter soon.
Whoa.
Again, second time in a row, so I thought I'd
Let's do some
announce
cheers
it.
action.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chandan. Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's Irish whiskey.
Very good. Irish.
Beauty.
For the Irish Mafia.
Okay, so.
And I like it too.
Ready to do some ghost hunting?
Yeah.
Let's
If
do
you
it.
got the